Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am Solemn, the gamer who's bad at games with moderately functional. I know it's been a little while, but for various reasons I kind of fell out of the recording thing. I even fell out of the video games thing, but I figured I'd start back in trying to get used to the whole recording thing with something that's a little bit like casual. If you haven't heard of this game, this is Hardspace Shipbreaker. I gotta be careful how I say that because otherwise it sounds like I'm saying shitbreaker every time. And basically the idea is that in the future you are well, I'll let the openings cutscenes kind of explain. But basically, you work on an orbital dry dock, and you are a reclamation specialist trying to basically regain um, financial property of companies in order to make them money and to pay off a debt. Um, there are different game modes here, as you can see. We'll go into that just in a sec. Yeah, I had tried to record a Smite episode, but as I had not played Smite in years at this point, it did not go very well. I didn't recognize the items. I didn't really know what I was doing. I only got 2 kills and a lot of deaths. And yeah, I just didn't feel like that was really worth you guys seeing. I have other games that we could play as well if you want to, if you were at all interested, and some of the other members might join back into the channel eventually, but no pressure to them. Anyways, so standard is obviously how you're meant to play the game. As you work, your oxygen and everything is running out, and you have to pay to bring that back so that you don't die while you're working, which is kind of it's something. Not really how I would probably play it. Um, Limited, as you can see, you have 30 revives for the whole campaign, measure twice, cut once. So basically, if you die too many times, you're actually dead. So that'd be kind of like your hardcore mode. But then this is your hardcore mode where you only get one life. You don't come back again. I would be willing to play this one. It might be more an interesting series for you guys, but I also fully admit I blow myself up in this game a fair bit. We're gonna play open shift just because I feel like that's the most forgiving and kind of interesting. I don't know how long we're going to play this, how many episodes, anything like that. You guys will have to let me know if you're actually interested in seeing more. Basically, yeah, so I don't actually have shifts to work. I could just kind of just cruise along, play as I'm going to, and I don't have to worry about um, my oxygen running out. You still have to worry about damage and breaches in your spacesuit, etc. But yeah. OpenShift allows players to play at their own pace. Please select below if you prefer to use the standard oxygen drain, or if you prefer oxygen drain disabled. Oxygen will still leak if you crack your helmet. Yeah, drain disabled, because I am boring. Cutscene things. I don't know if you guys want me to read this, so I'm just not gonna. Alright, so here's our kind of newspaper screen thing. Blockades across Central Plains, Confederacy, blah blah blah. Okay, so just a whole bunch of stuff. Dead, sick again, I guess. Congratulations, you've been accepted into the Lynx Corporation's pioneering Pave the Way of the Galaxy program. Your selection was based on the above average physical and cognitive ability. You're assigned to Salvage Station number 42, designation Morrigan. Demonstrate the ability to build and grow a profitable operation, and a number of exciting opportunities await you. Remember, employment in this program is the sole discretion of the Lynx Corporation and can be revoked at any time. Acts of malice or insubordination will not be tolerated. Upon signing this form, please proceed immediately to the nearest Lynx Corporation shuttle hub for transport to the worksite. Finalize the following pages to confirm employment. Account name. Effort tracking program requires the account name. Please enter an account name below. Profanity, blah blah blah, not accepted. We're gonna go with Milo. You guys know I'm Solemn, but I'm also Milo in games. Select revival package. Proudly offer Everwork asset replacement program to new employees. Below are the details of the selected spare package. Unlimited spare fee is 150,000. So every time you die, it costs you 150,000 credits, which isn't great. I assume in the other difficulties, this is probably different. Voice ID verification. Verify the voice file you submitted. That one's probably fine. We'll go with standard for that, because whatever. Meal preference, it does not matter to me. Food costs may vary over time. I don't even know what all of this is. I like chicken. I have no criminal record for the Terran or Martian zones. I don't. I'm a worker of or never associated with workers' union. Don't sign with a union, guys. That's bad news, apparently. I've completed my annual medical exam. Sure, I have. I have no commercial or real estate loans. Yeah, I have loans. Whatever. I'll bring a positive attitude, problem-solving mindset. Yeah, sure. I understand it and accept health risks. I do. I've played through this game. I will vote for blah blah blah. Of course, yeah, that's totally ethical. I don't want to skip the training because I want you guys to see the training. Lots of contract things. Nobody ever actually reads it. We're going. I have actually technically beaten this game and got to a point where it's free play mode. I just deleted that file. It was heartbreaking to me. Hardspace heartbreaking.
Each day he steps into the yard to earn his wages working hard. I pray to the stars and heaven above to return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet, bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
And yes, that is actually a technique that you can do in game. I just don't.
52. Your automated Lynx onboarding experience will now begin. Please observe this important message.
Space. Boundless promise. Limitless resources. A brighter future. It's here where hard workers like you, the backbone of civilization, will help us pave the way to the galaxy. I'm Calicia Rye Paulson, president of Lynx Corporation's Salvage Division. When my great-great-grandfather Exeter founded Lynx, he foresaw a remarkable opportunity among the stars. His vision eventually brought us the Railgates. Now spanning all the way to Jupiter, these are the veins connecting all of modern civilization. And the people flowing through them are its lifeblood. The Railgates reinvigorated humanity and are key to our continued progress. You've been selected from among thousands of candidates to join the Lynx family. This is more than just a job. It's an opportunity to be part of the largest, most successful, and most pioneering company in human history. Your dream may be to forge your own destiny one day. Well, work hard, heed your superiors, believe in the Lynx vision. Do this, and you too will get your chance. Your first step is to join our Ever Work program, the greatest gift we give our employees, turning death into an ongoing opportunity for learning and growth. With Lynx, death is a fresh start. Good luck.
Do you want zombies? Because that's how you get zombies. Genetic extraction.
Video observation complete. To finalize onboarding, your genetic sequence will now be extracted for use with the Lynx EverWork Asset Replacement Program. Don't worry, Pain levels during extraction are largely tolerable. Please note, as outlined in Section 31 of your employment agreement, the process of genetic extraction will destroy your original body.
Charming.
Beginning extraction now.
Did they put me in a juicer? Am I lemonade now?
Extraction analysis and backup complete. Thank you. Beginning spare generation.
Congratulations, it's now safe to die. Shipbreakers are responsible for the cost of biomaterials used in the Everwork process and additional fees required for deaths that occur outside of working hours. You may proceed with salvage train and good luck. Now let's see our bill. Okay, guys, so don't worry. To work for this company, it's only going to cost you $1.25 billion. Yeah, and I don't think there's an opt-out button. So, yeah, so most of this is actually just like bowl honky. But I will say there's Okay, it doesn't show on here, but there is ways to mitigate that cost later. It is possible to zero this out. That was my personal goal when I was playing. I just zeroed that out. But you have to acknowledge it, so we're going to acknowledge it. By acknowledging it, you are contractually obligated to pay it. Okay, so here's your game. We'll let him talk for a bit.
Everything's gonna be just fine. There you go. Plenty of folks feel a bit woozy with their first spare. Anyway, welcome aboard. The name's Weaver.
I seem to be tilting.
For yourself and a couple of other shipbreakers in this region.
It's my house.
This here's Morrigan Station. She may not look like much right now, but once we boot her up, she'll purr like a kitten. Alright, let's test out your orientation control. Do me a favor and look up at that cargo elevator up above. That's it. So that's where all the salvage gets collected to be picked up by the transfer crew. Just in case you ever turn yourself out of whack, use your roll thrusters to reorient.
Been trying to do that this whole time because I have been out of whack.
Alright.
Cool, at least I can do that now.
Let's get you flying. Activating your thruster controls now. Try moving around.
Forward, backward, right, left. The controls take a little getting used to in this game because you do move in through dimensional space, so there are points where this will be your up. And like you just have to learn to operate that way. I find it useful to always try to return to this point and consider this as down, that as up, etc. But it's technically, you know, technically not linear like that.
Now, to finalize these movement checks, I need you to fly to these waypoints. Used to be a cutter myself, you know. So there was some
yeah, there we go.
complications with my last revive. Those are early days in the tech, though, so never you mind about that. Oh, almost forgot the most important thing. Brakes. Get yourself going at a decent clip, and then test them out, why don't you?
Where's my last one? Oh, it's up there. I missed it. Whoop. The game does move a little slow. Just wait until you're destroying ships. Don't worry. I promise. This tutorial stuff is episode 1 only. From now on, if there's other additional episodes, it'll be like just destroy a ship an episode.
Looks like the bay here was left in a bit of a mess.
Yep. There's bits
We're
of
gonna
stuff.
clean this crap up. I'm gonna activate the furnaces. Now. Dang thing. Would you just...
Alright. So we got furnaces. That's for junk only.
So these furnaces are used to melt down soft metals. Should go without saying. These things are hot as all get out.
Yes, you can burn to death in them. No, I'm not going to.
Into them by accident.
On purpose, anyways.
Okay. Let's get a handle on your grapple tool. This fella here is a
There we go.
Shipbreaker's bread and butter. This is how we move salvage around. Activate the beam and hold it to grab an object and move it around, if it's not too heavy. Give
Come
it a
on.
go. And move one of these pieces into either furnace. So, when you're holding an object with the grapple, you can retract the beam. This will pull a light object to you. If it's heavier than you, it'll pull you towards it. Nice job cleaning up that soft metal scrap cutter. Huh. Let's move on to the bigger nanocarbon chunks now, shall we? You may have already noticed that these are too heavy to move with your grapple. I'm enabling your scanner so we can check out their structural makeup. Go ahead and boot it up.
Alright, scanner. How do I do that again? Oh, good.
This mode of your scanner lets you assess an object's structure. What I
Blue.
want you to focus on right now are these cut points. All right.
So that's a cut point there.
Controls give me the go-ahead to get you cutting.
You don't have to give me the go-ahead, you just gotta make me sad. View a cut point
You
in
got
tech. Yeah,
quick
there we go.
access to all your tools through your HUD. Just open up your tool selector and choose the cutting tool.
Alright, tool menu, cutter.
Your cutting tool has two modes. The first one is the stinger. It's designed for
That's
precision
usually what I use.
visualization of cut points like this. You ready to perform some zero-G surgery, Cutter? Well, let's split this scrap so it's light enough to move.
Man, my range sucks right now, holy.
That's how you do it.
The game does have upgrades, so don't worry too much about that.
Processor so you can salvage these. Do me a favor. Look on over at one of them there. Yeah, so I can see if they activate right. Yeah, perfect. Wish me luck here, Cutter. Me and technology ain't always the best of friends. Hey!
Okay, processor on that side, and that side, that's how you get paid.
Now swap over to your grapple and toss one of those pieces you separated right in there.
You can swing things around, I prefer to just like force push them. Eventually your force push gets a lot stronger. I'm just trying to operate under the 0 upgrades that I have right now. There we go.
Raw material deposited. Transferring credits.
You do get a weak push even if you're far away, so don't worry too much about that. What other trash do we have? That one's already in there. Got this little bit.
Okay. We're almost
Then we
done
got
getting
this
base
sucker.
fixed.
Whoop.
Let's go after that large aluminum chunk over there. Now this beast is way too heavy to move as is. It's also too dense for your stinger to break it down. And there are no structural cut points for us to take advantage of. We're gonna have to switch over to the split saw mode of your cutting tool.
Boop, boop,
Start
boop.
slicing this
Think
thing
Dead
down to
Space.
size. Go ahead and switch cut modes now.
Alright.
Now
Swap into
try
cut
changing the
mode.
angle of the cut.
And rotate
We're
cut.
in business. I've unlocked the trigger on your cutting tool. It'll split that big chunk clean in two. Go ahead and give her a whirl.
I'm trying to.
I
Shut
can
up.
Turn on your salvage indicator so you can track how much work there is left to do. This thing will track how much you've salvaged and how much you've lost. For now, let's try and hit that first goal marker. And that's what it's all about, Cutter. The more salvage goals you complete, the closer you'll get to hitting your certifications and ranking up.
And also, that's that like 1 at the top there. That tells you how many points you're gonna get for completing that goal. And points is how you level up certain things. So keep that in mind. Pardon my Snapchat. People pick the worst time to message.
In the yard, Cutter.
Yay,
Head
100%.
on over to your hab and I'll show
Do
you the
do
ropes there.
do. Grapple.
Fly on over back to the master jack. I'll put a marker on it so you
Yeah,
can
here's
find
a
it.
trick for you: is using these things you can actually like grapple because they're way too heavy for you. So you can grapple to use them to pull yourself around the yard. Do 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 do. BAP. End shift? Yeah, we're good. Alright, now hopefully we'll be able to get an actual ship in this time, but like tutorial stuff is just a little bit borky, so you'll have to forgive that. Yay, we earned about 500,000. See, so it does, you are gonna take things down pretty quick. New rank already, that's nice. Links tokens, we got 5 already, that's nicer, because now we can upgrade some things maybe. Probably gonna be tutorialized our hab here in a sec.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have 1 incoming transmission waiting.
Welcome to your new home, Cutter. Has everything you need. This is officially called a ready-made long-term employee habitation something or other. Around here, we just call it your hab. Now, how's about you get yourself some rest? We'll pick up your training in the morning. Sleep tight there, Cutter.
And I don't think it'll actually let me... Yeah, it doesn't exactly give me the option. I'm just like forced to sleep. So I'll probably make at least 3 episodes of this because the first one's going to be all tutorial stuff, and then I want to get to a point where I'm actually allowed to break stuff on my own. Oof. Minimum payments, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's fine. So long as you're breaking ships, you'll make it.
Rise and shine, Cutter. Hope you feel well rested. Ready to continue your training? Okay. Let's have a look at your employee terminal. Now, let's get caught up on career progression and certification. I've sent you a message with an explanation. Go on and give it a read.
Alright, let's go. I'm on. Thank you. Messages, we got 6 of them. Starting down here. Blah blah blah. No professional shipbreaking. Minimum fee. We already know all this. Cool. Back. What are you? So this is one of the ships we could break apart. It's a mackerel, probably one of my favorites to break apart because it's easy. Cool. You. Salvage goals. Yeah, we just went over that. Financial relief. Okay, pay you back your shit. Gotcha. Scanner and structure. Yeah, we went over that in training.
Clear as mud.
And certification. Yeah, basically, you level up, you're allowed to use other stuff.
Soon enough, I'm going to introduce you to some of the other shipbreakers. Most of them are willing to help you out, too. All right. Let's start a new shift and pick your first ship to work on.
Yeah, we could, or I could ignore you entirely and see if I can... Oh, nope, they're not going to let me do that. Okay, I can't do any upgrades yet. That's unfortunate.
This screen shows which ships you have access to. Each morning, you can choose to continue working on the ship you got or start a fresh one. Go ahead and claim one, and we'll get to work.
So if you're actually doing shift work with your difficulty, this is where you'd actually continue work every day until you get one done. But since we just kind of go until one is done, you're just going to pick one, and the only time you give up on it is if you have stuff you can't cut. We'll get into that later. And it looks like we literally just have mackerels. None of them have any hazards. So just pick the one with the coolest name, Queen of Zephyr. I like that. You can yell at me in the comments if I picked a ship you didn't want to, but they're all the same, so it really doesn't matter.
She's all yours, Cutter. Your primary goal is to reach rank 3. Now try to remember, nanocarbon goes in the processor, aluminum goes in the furnace. Try to salvage the entire ship if you can. We call it using the whole buffalo. You'll hit your certs faster that way and start knocking out that debt of yours.
Oh. Game randomly minimized, no big deal.
Giving you any help if you need it.
Hopefully that didn't show on the recording.
We were out.
Alright, so yeah, this one is super easy. It doesn't even have its doors, so honestly, nothing to worry about here. I'm just giving it a good once-over. Okay, so we can pull the thruster out now. All of those lines means that it's not pressurized in there, so nothing's going to explode on us. So we're just going to... Whoops. Helps if you use the right tool. Clip these away so I can pull that out. Switch to my grapple, and this is something that we process, so go away. Alright, that'll make it. Fly in here, get out the cutter. Pretty much if it's yellow, get rid of it because it doesn't mean much anyways. Unless it's going to take 2 work to get rid of it and you can carry that much. Sometimes that is a thing. So this will just basically make this thing float. That won't actually take off the rear end like I want to. But I think these ones do, so... That announcer voice tells you if you break something, so I was worried for a sec I broke something she didn't want me to. That was spooky. Okay, now that's part of it. We're gonna come in here and get these ones as well. This one? Question mark. Is there one in here too? There is. Okay, so that's showing as one whole piece now. Let's see. Yeah, cool. So that's one whole piece. That's good. Don't know if we'll be able to lift it or if it's going to be bullying us the entire time. But this whole chunk can go in the processor, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, cool. So let's just see if we can send that on its way. And this X thing, we can bring that over. That's light enough so I can kind of swing it around. That one can go in there. Each of these bays has gravity, so you want to be real careful not to cross the yellow lines, but that's really as far as all of your pieces have to go. If they look like they're going to keep flying with inertia that way, like that chunk should make it there, no problem. So I'm not too worried about that. Get our cutter back out here and just start going for some bits. This is not the ideal way to do things because it's a little uncontrolled, and later you're going to be forced to be a little more controlled, but because we've already went through a whole bunch of tutorial stuff, I don't want to keep you guys too long on this recording.
Ships look intimidating to scrap it first. Trust me. Soon
So I'm just going to fly through the corridors here and cut all the cut points, and then I can sort things out afterwards.
got my start salvaging back down Earthside in the droid scrapping biz. You know what made me come up here? One day, we got a batch of this particular model in. One of them kinds of synthetic skin and everything. We almost never saw people-looking ones like that. They're always too expensive to manufacture. Seems someone found a warehouse full of them. Mothballed for, 20 years or so. Since the AI ban took effect. Probably bought the whole lot for pennies, thinking they could turn a tidy profit with the salvage. No word of a lie. These things looked exactly like my stepbrother Jed.
Alright, this is all processor, so that's good. Let's see if we can get this going.
Jed and I wasn't exactly pals or nothing, but all the same.
I don't even know what Weaver's talking about right now. I'm focused on other things.
Dopey face. And that's when I looked into getting on with Lynx. I tell you what,
Boo.
it's a sight better to cut up something that doesn't look like a family relation. Anyway, I'm running off. I'll clear the channel. Holler if there's anything giving you grief up there, Cutter. We were out.
Before I send things on, sometimes I like to make sure there's nothing on it, because sometimes there's like little lights and stuff on the inside that you'll want to put in a different processing location. It's always good to double check your own work. Let me get the cutter out here. I should be able to pull this. Oh, excuse my Snapchat again. And I'll just get all these cut points so I can just peel the thing back like an onion.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
There is still one more bay that we haven't unlocked, but that's fine because we don't have that kind of stuff to deal with as of yet. So don't worry too much about that. But I'm just saying there is another one. Like we got the 2 salvage, we got the 2 furnace, and then there's another one for like even more valuable bits. It's that one down there if you're wondering. Spoilers, I suppose. This game's kind of like a puzzle game, in a sense, and you'll see later on. Well, I guess depending on how much you guys want to see of this game. I enjoyed playing it. It's a very relaxed kind of game, to me anyways. Even though sometimes it is anything but relaxing. That one wasn't going to make it. Come on.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
This one's heading a bit low. There we go. Force blasts. That should peel off as well. Come on, we both know you're loose. Come on. Do. Nothing else on you, right? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Can you come off? You can. Nice. Get that going. Looks like this piece can come off too. May as well.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded. Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated.
Alright, and I think this is loose because I did that cut first. So let's just shoot that one off. Make sure we got the right angle. We don't want it flying under because it's real annoying to get things to fly under the bays. Yes, it can happen. No, you don't want it to. Is this all processor? It looks like it. And you also gotta be careful. Sometimes when you force push things away, they will beat your head in and cause a crack in your helmet. It's happened to me before. It's not something you want to happen.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Alright. Does this piece loose? It does not. It is not. I should probably English properly. I was an English major. Okay, so that window isn't going to be able to be pulled off. I have not figured as of yet how to do that. I mean, let's have a look at it, I suppose. Yeah, there's no like cut points around it or anything. It's honestly not a huge deal, but at least you'll see what happens when you misfile something. It's not the biggest deal in the world. The rest of this can go to the processor, and basically it's a balancing act. Which costs more, if you furnace the window or if you send away the whole thing. Obviously, you get more money for sending away the whole thing, so that's what we're doing. Now I don't know what this little thing is. Can't seem to grab it. All right, let's get some more cut points here.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Yeah, your cutter also has an overheat, but you can upgrade that later. Not super worried about it right now. This whole bit's apparently supposed to go to the furnace, huh? Let's see here. Let's pop this out the bottom. Oh, popped another bit out the bottom too. Okay, you go that way then. And you go that way. Come on. Up. There we go. That should make it. That one's already going to make it. Good. Did I loosen this one off?
Valuable objects processed.
Oops.
Credits awarded.
There is collision between pieces, obviously, so you can bounce things around by accident. Not a huge deal. You shouldn't be too concerned. So this is a big chunk of a lot of stuff. Might have to cut that down to size. We'll see. That one can go that way. This bit is all furnace. Can I lift you, or are you too heavy for me?
Salvage goal met. Rewards will be paid.
Alright, and then this bit. That is all...
Processing valuable objects.
Do. So she's gonna be complaining that I'm destroying things, but basically it's like, well, what do you want me to do? I can't send the whole thing without doing that. But this is what's stopping you from just like cutting the everything, is that you do technically destroy material when you're doing it. Kind of obviously, but at the same point, if you haven't seen this game, you don't really know. Alright, so I should be able to lift that now. Yeah. Later on, you can also upgrade things so that you can lift more and send more, so I would have been able to send that whole thing. Plus, there's other tools that you can use. I don't know if this chunk is as loose as I want it to be. Basically, I'm trying to reduce the weight because this is still 420 kilograms. That's the word I'm looking for. This says it's only 47-ish, so it should be loose, but it doesn't quite look like it's loose, so I'm not sure what's... Ah, right there. So now I should be able to... Yep, there it goes. And this bit I should be able to just kind of... Collision between pieces also means that you can use them to push each other around. This piece is probably too large for me to... Oh, no, I can shove it around a little bit. Oh. This piece is supposed to processor, so if you hold on to certain breakable bits, they'll just pop out. Gotta be careful because sometimes they'll pop out and just blast right into your face. Alright, and then the rest of that should be good to go, so we'll just send it on its way. Now the red bit at the top on that line, that's stuff that I destroyed that I can't get back. That's probably that window mainly. So if that red crosses one of your progression points, that means you cannot reach that progression point. So I have gotten, I think, everything. Except for like little bits of stuff. So there we go. That's that. Gravel. My gravel range is not the best. And we come down here to end our shift because there's no ship left. Can't break a ship that ain't there. And you guys are just at the top end of an episode anyways, so it's probably a good time to end. Tell you what, I'll end this one and I'll bring you guys in right at this screen of the next episode. So we'll see you guys then. Like I said, probably do at least like 3 episodes of this. And you guys let me know if you want to see more after that. And yeah, until then, thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow on socials or whatever. And yeah, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you for joining me and bye.